Hi everyone, my name's Mariah and today I'm going to be showing you how to make crepes. This recipe is really special to me because it was handwritten by my grandma and we used to make crepes together all the time and it really inspired my love of cooking. So here's to my grandma who is from France, so you know this recipe is legit. So to make crepes, I'm going to break it down for everyone in 3 steps. The first step will be making the batter, the second step will be cooking the crepes, and the third step will be adding the toppings to make your crepes extra delicious. Alright, so for our first step, we're going to be making the batter. We'll begin by adding the flour and the salt together. After that, we will add the wet ingredients, which will be 3 eggs, perfect, some water, and 3 cups of milk. And we're going to add all of this into a large bowl. Perfect. And you can also add a splash of vanilla for flavor. Awesome. After this, we're going to hand mix all the ingredients. Alright guys, so the next step will be filtering out any leftover flour clumps from mixing, and I do that by straining the batter into this pitcher. The reason why I strain it into this pitcher is because after this it'll be really easy to pour it into the pans when we cook the crepes. Alright, so now I have all the batter filtered into this pitcher and I'm going to cover it with a clean towel and let it rest for at least 2 to 3 hours. Alright, I'm back to show you guys part 2 of how to make crepes. I have my batter here and a pan that is on medium-high heat. And then I also covered this pan with a small coating of oil. So to make the crepes, we will pour about 1/3 cup right in the center of the pan. And then you're going to swish the batter around in a full circle so that there's a thin coating on the entire pan. It'll look like this. Awesome. Alright, and then we'll let that cook for about a minute. Alright guys, so it's been cooking for about 1 minute. And so now what I'm just going to do is push down the sides so that when I'm ready to flip it, it won't stick to the pan. And now I'm going to flip it. I just use my hand and flip it just like that. Awesome. And then on this side, we'll let it cook for about 30 seconds. Alright, so when your crepe is finished cooking and you're ready to transfer it to a plate, all you have to do is give it a little shake and just set it out on the pan like this. I'll show you one more time. You just give it a little shake and then set it down on the pan like this. Alright, so welcome to part 3 of how to make crepes. This part is going to be all about the toppings on crepes to make them super delicious. So I'm going to start with my favorite, and the easiest one is just take a crepe and then I have cinnamon sugar right here and I just kind of sprinkle it along the whole crepe and then I just kind of roll it up like this and then it looks like that and you can eat it. Simple as that. Alright, so the second way I'm going to show you how to make a crepe is by taking Nutella, and I already have the Nutella on here, and just smearing it across the crepe. And then you just want to have a fine line of it on one side of the crepe. And then I go ahead and I put some strawberries on it, on the line. And then you roll it so that the strawberries all go over like this, and then you can eat it with a fork and a knife and it'll look like that. Alright guys, now I'm going to show you the third and final way of how I top my crepe, and to do that I also have just a thin layer of Nutella on one side of the crepe, and I'm going to show you how I cut a banana, which is just using a spoon like this, and you just want to put the banana right over the chocolate. Awesome. And then just like the strawberry one, you're going to roll it up. And you can use a fork and knife to eat this one as well. Perfect. And if you don't like Nutella, you can always just use strawberries and whipped cream. And in France, a really popular recipe is to do lemon juice and white sugar. So those are some ideas for you guys. Thanks. Alright guys, and that's everything for my video on how to make crepes. Just to go over everything, step 1 is to make the batter. Step 2 is to cook the crepes, and step 3 is to top the crepes to make sure they're extra delicious. And thank you so much for listening, you guys. I hope you have a great day, and always remember, heroes wear crepes.